Dear students, welcome to NIOS Studio. Today we will be discussing about Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan intervention in school. What kind of intervention is being done by Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan in our school system? As you all know, Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, or we call it as SSA, is a Government of India's flagship program for achievement of universalization of elementary education. So the basic purpose of SSA is to attain or to achieve universalization of elementary education in India. SSA was launched in 2001. It is a tool to implement right of children to Free and Compulsory Education Act 2009, which came into force in April 2010. Was a continuation of the SSA in a way. We can say that a Right to Education Act in 2010 was continuation of SSA program which was implemented in 2001. Let us look into Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act 2009. The Act actually makes education a fundamental right of every child between the ages of 6 and 14 and specifies minimum norms in elementary schools. So, two important factors we have to notice when we talk about a Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act. First of all, it was implemented for attaining or achieving universalization of elementary education. That means to provide free and compulsory education of children of 6 years to 14 years of age. And at the same time, when it ensures free and compulsory education to the children of 6 to 14 years, it ensures certain minimum essential quality norms to be available in an elementary schools. The state shall provide school in the neighborhood within 3 years from the enactment of the Act of 2009, Right to Education. Children in every habitation will have access to primary school within a walking distance of 1 kilometer and to upper primary school within 3 kilometers. And we all know the vicinity of the school and habitations was an important issue that we have faced in India. Often in older cases, our students who wanted to attend schools would have to walk up to more than 5 to 6 kilometers. In some cases, children has to cross the river and attend a school. And in all these cases, it was very difficult to retain the attendance of students and to control the dropout of students in schools. Realizing this difficulty, the Right to Education has insisted that a primary school must be available in 1 kilometer distance and an upper primary school must be available in 3 kilometers of distance of every habitats. Right to Education Bill is implemented in partnership with state governments to cover the entire country and address the needs of around 192 million children in 1.1 million habitations. So you will be able to understand the length and breadth of this program. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan helps schools facilitate which do not have sufficient classrooms, drinking water, toilets, etc. So the basic purpose, one of the most important purpose of SSA is to provide basic infrastructure for the schools to maintain a minimum quality, and also it wanted to increase the enrollment of the students in every primary schools. Additional teachers are provided to those schools which do not have sufficient teachers. This was also an agenda of Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, providing additional teachers where teachers are lacking. They are also given in service training programs, grants for developing teaching learning material, etc. under the SSA. So SSA provided in-service training program. SSA has the provision for providing training for the teachers to be more proficient in their subjects, to be more proficient in their pedagogy and methodological activities, and also it provided teachers and schools support for acquiring and for procuring teaching learning materials, laboratory materials, and several other materials which are essential for successful and high quality teaching. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan seeks to provide quality education including life skills. It provides life skills training for the students and teachers in elementary schools. SSA also has provided a special focus on girls' education and children with special needs. As we know, these two are two deprived sections in our society. In many of the societies, many of the communities, we can see that the girls' education is not a priority like the education of the children. In such cases, the SSA has given a special assistance. SSA seeks to provide quality education including life skills for our students and teachers. So, as we all know, life skill is an important skill which is essential for successful life in 21st century. Also, we can see that SSA has special focus on girls' education. In many communities, we are coming across instances through newspapers and other medias where education of the girl is not being given priority in many corners of India. So, SSA addresses this particular issue, and also the education of the children with special needs. As we know, many children are facing from different difficulties, and which we call it as children with special needs. They can be disabled children, and then children with learning disability, and many other issues are there. So, SSA provide a special assistance or a special focus. SSA is having a special focus for supporting these two deprived sections. One is girls, education of the girls, and the other is education of the children with special needs. SSA thus strengthens existing infrastructure in those schools which lacks infrastructure and other basic needs for our children. So, in this way, SSA is giving a magnificent support to the education system of our country. So, let us look into the ways of SSA intervention in schools. Different ways how SSA makes its intervention in schools. The interventions made by SSA for development of school system can be listed below if you look into the slide. First one, the state should establish one primary school within 1 kilometer of every habitation. So, this was an important suggestion of SSA. So, this has created magnificent change in the support of children who are coming from remote habitations. So, every 1 kilometer, one primary school must be available from a distance of every. SSA directs that state government should establish one primary school within 1 kilometer of every habitation, which means that if you are living in a particular habitat or in a particular community, from your locality, there must be a primary school within 1 kilometer of distance, so that children can easily walk and get into their schools, access education quite freely without much kind of difficulties. And second, the places where education guarantee scheme centers are running, they may be upgraded after successful running of 2 years. So, there were certain schemes which were running in our society. For example, education guarantee scheme, a scheme which guarantees education of the children in particular locality, in particular community. So, these centers were recommended to be upgraded after successful running of 2 years. And another important support by SSA is that every primary school will have at least 2 teachers, with the provision that there would be 2 classrooms with veranda to every primary school. This was a wonderful suggestion by SSA, direction by SSA, because in rural India we have seen that there were schools with only single teacher. There were schools which doesn't have a permanent building structure. So, in all these cases, SSA provided financial support, and it has become a magnificent support for the school system in India. Another important intervention of SSA is that it directed that a room for every teacher in primary and upper primary schools should be provided wherever possible. And then again we have seen that SSA has suggested a room for headmaster in upper primary school or section to facilitate the working of the school. So, altogether we can see that SSA has given extensive support in increasing the infrastructure which is essential for the functioning, material functioning of these schools. And then when we look into the academic side, we can see that SSA has insisted for the availability of textbooks and other. We can see that SSA has insisted for the availability of textbooks and other learning materials which are essential for the academic functioning of a school. Textbooks are still the backbone of teaching learning at any level of education. Provision of free textbooks to all girls, SC and ST children at primary and upper primary level with an upper ceiling of rupees 150 per child has become a provision of SSA. So this provision of SSA has become a great support for the children who are coming from scheduled caste and scheduled tribe community, and also for girls children who are financially backward and who could not afford textbooks for their children, for their education, textbooks for their education. Also, SSA directs that state to continue to fund free textbooks being currently provided from the state plans. So in this way, SSA has given a magnificent support for the children to provide free textbooks. To a great extent, this support has been proved as a wonderful benefit for the students in our schools. And TLE should be explored as per local context and need. Financial provisions under SSA for teaching learning resources is rupees 10,000 per school. Procurement is through teaching learning equipment. Teaching learning equipment should be explored as per local context and need. So this is true that we cannot uniformly suggest teaching learning equipments across the nation. So it has to be explored according to local needs. It can be made according to the local availability of resources, and improvisation also are possible. So financial provision under SSA for teaching learning equipment is rupees 10,000 per school. So this is a wonderful amount, good amount for procuring teaching learning equipments and for supporting the production of teaching learning equipments at local level. Procurement of teaching learning equipment is through the involvement of teachers and parents and village education committee, school and also school management committee. So that means that the community involvement of different agencies in community is being ensured by the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan in providing an academic and administrative and a managerial supports to the schools. A school involves the building as well, as we have already discussed. To control the expenditure on civil works, a ceiling of 33% of SSA program funds is provided for improvement of school facilities and BRCs or CRC construction. BRC means Block Resource Center. CRC means Cluster Resource Center. So SSA has ensured extensive support for the construction of building, maintenance of building, construction of building for the Block Resource Center, Cluster Resource Center, etc. Infrastructural plan is to be done at district level so that expertise is provided to optimize resource planning. So also SSA didn't insist for a centralized support. Instead, SSA provided a district level support so that more resources, human, material and other resources can be drawn from local area for building up of schools. To avoid misuse or misappropriation of funds, besides construction and repairing of the building, the SSA has ensured community participation like school management committee, village extension committee and parent teacher associations and several other agencies are being used by SSA, are being mandatorily or are being considered by SSA, Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, to ensure that fund is being properly used, proper effectiveness of the money spent is being done. All this being done through proper community participation. A running grant for teachers and for schools is provided for meeting the repairing of equipments. This is important support because in many cases when an equipment is damaged or it wanted to be repaired, in our government system we have to go through several difficulties. In such cases, SSA provided an additional assistance for repairment of the equipments. The amount is rupees 2,000 per year per primary and upper primary schools, which is to be spent only by village extension committee and school management committee with transparency in utilization. As we have already seen that SSA was trying to implement the primary education and universalization of the elementary education with the support of the community agencies, community participation. All money which has to be spent for repairing has to be spent with a monitoring of the village extension committee or school management committee wherever is applicable. Similar transparency in utilization is expected from teacher grant rupees 500 in one academic session. SSA has given lot of attention to provision for disabled children and financial provision of rupees 1,200 per child for integration of disabled children. As we have already seen that SSA has special care for children with special need and girl children. In case of children who has disability in some form, SSA is providing rupees 1,200 per child for integration of the disabled children into the mainstream. Other district level and resource institutions to be encouraged to participate for education of disabled children also is being promoted by Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. Let us conclude the discussion. We have seen the formation of SSA and its background of Right to Education Act and so on. We have seen the key purpose and objectives of Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan and the way SSA interfere in our schools' functionings. And the support SSA providing to our school system cannot be ignored in the history of Indian education system, in the history of Indian primary education and universalization of elementary education. The support provided by Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan can never be forgotten. With this, I conclude this session. I wish you all the best. Thank you all.
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, धन साधन समय की सीमा से, विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो। मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
पच्चीस साल का लंबा सफर और लाखों लोगों के चेहरों पर खिलती मुस्कान, गर्व और गरिमा से जीने की प्रेरणा देती मुस्कान, आत्मसम्मान और विश्वास से पैदा हुई मुस्कान। इन खिलते चेहरों पर ये मुस्कान आई है शिक्षा के जरिए। ये मुस्कान आई है नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ ओपन स्कूलिंग यानी NIOS के जरिए। नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ ओपन स्कूलिंग या राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालयी शिक्षा संस्थान इस संस्थान का एक बड़ा उद्देश्य है आम आदमियों के जीवन को बेहतर बनाना। ऐसे लोग जिनके लिए शिक्षा एक दूर का सपना है, या वे बच्चे जो परिवार की रोजी रोटी कमाने के लिए बीच में ही स्कूल छोड़ने पर मजबूर हो जाते हैं। NIOS ऐसे बच्चों और बड़ों को दोबारा शिक्षा से जुड़ने का मौका मुहैया कराता है ताकि वे एक बेहतर जीवन जी सकें। 1989 में स्थापना के बाद NIOS ने देश के लाखों बच्चों और वयस्कों को बेहतर शिक्षा से जोड़ा है। इनमें हर उम्र, हर पृष्ठभूमि, हर जाति, हर मजहब और हर क्षेत्र के लड़के लड़कियां, महिलाएं और पुरुष शामिल हैं। बढ़ई से लेकर पायलट, डॉक्टर, इंजीनियर, बेकर और दर्जी तक NIOS कोशिश कर रहा है सबको शिक्षित और सशक्त बनाने की, चाहे वो असम के दूर दराज इलाके में रहने वाला हो या फिर मुंबई जैसे महानगर का। NIOS ने अपनी मौजूदगी हर जगह दर्ज कराई है। NIOS ने शिक्षा की परंपरागत सोच को ही बदल दिया है। वो पढ़िए जो हम पढ़ाते हैं की जगह NIOS की नई सोच है, हम वो पढ़ाते हैं जो आप पढ़ना चाहते हैं। इस नई सोच ने लोगों को आगे बढ़ने और NIOS के साथ जुड़ने के लिए प्रोत्साहित किया है। शिक्षा उपलब्ध कराने के मामले में NIOS किसी सीमा को नहीं मानता, उम्र की सीमा को भी नहीं। चंडीगढ़ के गणेश के लिए भी NIOS एक वरदान साबित हुआ। NIOS शारीरिक रूप से अक्षम बच्चों को भी बेहतर शिक्षा मुहैया कराने के लिए पूरी तरह प्रतिबद्ध है। ऐसे बच्चों के लिए शिक्षा न केवल रोजगार के द्वार खोलती है, बल्कि उन्हें आत्मविश्वास और गर्व के साथ जीना भी सिखाती है। NIOS खेल के इन सितारों को उनकी सुविधा और समय के अनुसार बेहतर शिक्षा उपलब्ध कराता है। मेरी कॉम, सोमदेव देववर्मन, देविका रेबेका पल्लिकल, अरमान इब्राहिम, प्रद्युमन प्रकाश और अमय जोत सिंह। NIOS सीमा पर खड़े उन प्रहरियों को भी शिक्षा से लाभान्वित करता है जो देश की सुरक्षा के लिए अपनी जान की बाजी लगाने से भी नहीं चूकते। सच तो ये है कि NIOS की पहुंच हर ओर रहती है, चाहे वो दूर दराज के आदिवासी हो या जेल की कोठरी में बंद कैदी या फिर ग्रामीण और शहरी क्षेत्रों के गरीब निवासी। देश में कहीं भी कोई भी व्यक्ति, स्त्री, पुरुष, लड़का, लड़की, अमीर, गरीब शिक्षा से वंचित न रहे। राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालयी शिक्षा संस्थान का यही मिशन है।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय शिक्षा संस्थान पूरे देश में शिक्षा के साथ साथ कौशल विकास के क्षेत्र में बहुत सारे कोर्सेज दे रहा है। लगभग 100 से ज़्यादा कोर्सेज हैं। हम दूर दराज के गांव में अपने संस्थान बनाते हैं और वहाँ के बच्चों को, वहाँ के बच्चियों को, वहाँ के वयस्कों को हुनर के क्षेत्र में शिक्षा पहुँचाते हैं। आपको जानकर खुशी होगी कि अब हम आर्ट, साइंस, कॉमर्स जिन क्षेत्रों में 12वीं का सर्टिफिकेट दिया जाता रहा है, अब हम हुनर के क्षेत्र में, वोकेशनल एरिया में भी 10वीं और 12वीं का सर्टिफिकेशन करेंगे। तो वो बच्चे जो कृषि से जुड़े हुए हैं, कारपेंट्री से जुड़े हुए हैं या दूसरे क्षेत्रों से जुड़े हुए हैं, वो अपने ही क्षेत्र में काम करेंगे, सीखेंगे, हुनर पैदा करेंगे अपने में और सर्टिफाइड भी होंगे कि वो सर्टिफाइड कृषक हैं, खेतिहर हैं। तो आज तक जो हमारे देश में ये सोच रही है कि आप 12वीं पास तभी कहे जाएंगे जब भूगोल, अर्थशास्त्र, भौतिकी ये पढ़ेंगे, अब ये समय बदल गया है। ITI में जितने बच्चे पढ़ते हैं, लगभग 18 लाख बच्चे हर साल दाखिला लेते हैं। अब हम उनको सर्टिफिकेशन करेंगे।
NIOS अपने छात्रों को माध्यमिक स्तर पर 26 और उच्च माध्यमिक स्तर पर 19 विषयों का विकल्प देता है। पढ़ाई किस माध्यम से करनी है, इसमें भी आपको लचीलापन मिलेगा। माध्यमिक स्तर पर ही 7 भाषाओं के अलग अलग माध्यमों का विकल्प मौजूद है। शैक्षणिक कार्यक्रमों के अलावा 86 वोकेशनल शिक्षा कार्यक्रम भी उपलब्ध हैं, जो छात्रों को कामकाजी दुनिया के लिए तैयार करते हैं। वोकेशनल प्रशिक्षण को अधिक सुदृढ़ बनाने के लिए NIOS ने ITDC, सिस्को, इंडियन मेडिकल एसोसिएशन जैसे कई सरकारी और गैर सरकारी संस्थानों के साथ भागीदारी स्थापित की है। आज लाखों छात्रों के लिए अपनी पसंद का स्कूल है राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालयी शिक्षा संस्थान यानी नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ ओपन स्कूलिंग। NIOS ने एक लंबा सफर तय किया है, लेकिन मंजिल अभी दूर है। निरंतर विकास और नवीनीकरण के लिए NIOS सदैव प्रतिबद्ध है। शिक्षा का उद्देश्य महज रोजगार जुटाना ही नहीं है, बल्कि स्वयं को सशक्त बनाना भी है। NIOS लाखों छात्रों के लिए यही आत्मसम्मान दिलाने में जुटा है। लाखों लोगों के लिए एक आशा और उम्मीद है। नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ ओपन स्कूलिंग। शिक्षा सबके लिए, कहीं भी, कभी भी।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो,
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी खातिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर।
शिक्षा और परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही